Welcome back to another video, Generative AI, so generating to 3D parts. Let's take a look at this case study from Rodin over here. As you can see, we have a 3D model and we're going to have the possibility to generate individual 3D assets for each of those components. Now, within Rodin, they still haven't added this within the final build. We see it over here. This will be released in June. But let's take a look over here at the case study that is quite interesting. So we have the following Ford car over here, and I added this within Rodin, and this will be the output. As we can see, after the image masking has been done, we have the following. So we have the shape of the pickup truck, we have the Christmas tree, and we also have the base chassis over here. And this will be the output. As we can see over here, I have the possibility to go forward and confirm this. And afterwards, this will unlock the separate parts. So we have over here the base model, LOD, high poly. We can also generate those, but at additional credit cost in this case. But let's take a look at how fast this will process. And we're going to compare this with CSM because they already added something like this within their current model. And we have the model over here. As you can see, it's not that well assembled. So we have this top element over here. I will also want to generate the texture. So let's hit generate. I want the reference strength to be as high as possible. As we can see over here, higher values are closer to the reference image. And yeah, let's have that generated because I'm really curious what kind of texture the generative AI added over here on top of the pickup truck. Because we see over here, this will be the Christmas tree. And I also added the perspective image over here. We see the mask, we see the output model, and we're going to see that in this case the model will look like this. If you're going to take a look at the bottom, we're going to have those wheels, so the width is quite well defined. But what is odd is that the alignment of the steering wheel, as you can see it within the image, and within a 3D model, it will be completely flipped. So we see that the orientation is towards the windscreen over here. Other than that, the model is really great. Now, this should also be processed now. As you can see, we have the material generation. And we see in this case that it went with the generative AI and completely recreated something different. But what I find it really nice is that Rodin managed to assemble this. As we can see, this is considered to be the bottom chassis, and it added additional geometry over there, and it added over here. As you can see, this will not be aligned with the bottom of the wheels, so it will just have that that front section added. Now let's take a look at CSM and compare that with Hyper's 3D Rodin model over here. This will be for the single image input. As you can see, again, the cropped mask without the background, and this will be the output. And as you can see, in this case, we have the following wheels over here. So we have that cutout, similar to a toy car. We have the Christmas tree added. We have those presents. In this case, we're going to have two of those in the back. But if I will zoom in over here, we're going to see that the steering wheel has actually been cropped from this final model. I also made a previous video where I compared Tripo and Viscom, and those outputted some good looking models, so I highly encourage you to check that video as well. But within this video, I mostly want to discuss parts and asset packs because this is some new features that have been added. And I already have one added over here, so let's go over here. I have two variations, so this will be the first one. As we can see, this will be the mesh topology triangles, and based on that perspective image, this will be the output. And we're going to see that some elements are interesting, but some are oddly shaped. We see over here that the chassis of this pickup truck will have the same extruded section over here, but within Rodin it had the following height over here, and over here it will be a lot more than that. But we see how those components had been individually reconstructed. We have the Christmas tree, we have the pickup truck. There are some problems regarding the height of the elements. They are all quite large. We see it over here for those rims and wheels. It will look like this. But considering that this is still just been added, and usually we need to add a top view in this case, not a perspective view, because as we can see, perspective will mess up the scaling in this case for the height of the model. Now let's check the other variation, which will be this one. Again, we have triangles, we have polygons, and in this case, the chassis of the truck is better, as you can see it over here. Maybe this section for the wheels is again elongated, but other than that, the chassis look quite good. And the same with the frame over here for the pickup truck, and as well as for the wheels and the rims. Still, considering that this was created from a single perspective image that is something similar like this, I think that the tool managed to do a really good job. The only problem is that it still has problem with depth, and we see that those elements are also present within other tools, for example, Hyper 3D Rodin over here, which will have the same problem with the height. But I'm really curious how they will tune up this and launch it within the final version. And I'm sure that CSM will also adjust this height problem within this. I also made a different case study over here. If I will go within parts and assets, this will be the asset. We see over here a fidget spinner, and all of those are within perspective. And if I will enter that session, we're gonna see the same problem is over here. If I will try to rotate this to match that image, it will be like this. But we see over here that this bearing has been added over there, even though it was separated over here within the reference image. And all of those shapes are quite oddly shaped over here, especially for mechanical parts. We see over here those gears are heavily deformed. But from what I've seen with this tool, it's really important to add top view in this case. So not perspective images like this exploded view of the fidget spinner. I should add directly a top view. Okay, so I'm really curious what's your opinion regarding this. Also, let me know if you tested CSM, Rodin, or other tools, because I'm really curious what are the tools that generate the best outputs. So I hope you enjoy this kind of content. I will position a similar video over here on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.